what's up? Let's talk about this life-changing eclipse season, astrology retrograde, like March season 2025 updates, everything like that here for those of you that are new. What up? I am shamelessly sexy Jackie here. I'm a certified sex therapist turned sexual confidence coach and a psychic medium. So I am a spiritual entrepreneur who uses astrology as a tool not only for sexual health and wellness for people to understand their pleasure, intimacy, sexuality, love, romance, and more, and also just day-to-day messages with astrology as a tool for spiritual self-care here. So I hope you like this video. I was really inspired by all of you, Shameless Squad, honestly, this week, and the collective energies of like WTF is going on in the stars right now, because low-key, I don't know if y'all are feeling these energies. I'm a Cancer sun up in here, so your girl is definitely feeling some of this stuff specifically. Oh my goodness, we got this like side pony, so I tried to do a pony on my head, y'all, and it always like just goes to the side here if I ever want the volume. Okay, but anyway, whatever, we're just rolling with it, like pony up in the air, hair, like you just don't care. But let's talk about this. In this video, I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about the astrology, not only for this month here, but just even what you might be feeling collectively. I did all 12 signs zodiac reads here under my lives tab this week on pulling spreads for sexual energies, relationships, money, finances, career, spiritual messages for your higher self, something that spiritually is tangibly giving you and guiding you down your path here specifically. So, and I clarified everything that I needed to at the tarot, and I also did a all 12 signs collective message about needing to be strategic during this time and like needing to make a move here specifically, Shameless Squad. So I feel like if you have not seen these videos this week, definitely take some time this weekend to figure out like what's going on for you, all the placements in your chart specifically, and how these energies are just influencing you and affecting you. Definitely always drop me a comment in the chat here or even on the videos after too about what resonates with you, because I'm very curious about what y'all are going through and what you all are experiencing here. So let's talk about this. I was having a text conversation with my friend who is just like a fellow Cancer here, so I'm not going to like share their info or anything like that. But we were talking about how this year has really felt like, 2020 all over again. And I don't know if you feel that for any of you, if it just felt really slow, with Mars retrograde and everything like that, or if my fellow water babies or Cancer specifically have felt that here. And I was just talking to them and just saying like, I feel like there's so much happening, and Cancer is the mother of the zodiac collective, which not a lot of people realize. Similar to Pisces, like Pisces is made up of all 12 signs here, but Cancer specifically, because they are the mother, they're very nurturing, they can like feel all these energies collectively too on their back, and so can Scorpio in the sense, but they feel more of the dark energies. Cancers can feel like all the energies similar to Pisces, but in a very like motherly, nurturing way. And so when people are like hurting out there, it can be hard for the water signs specifically here. And I just want to share a little bit more about this. And I was talking to my friend here, and I just said, honestly, Mars spent way too much time in Cancer specifically. Thank you all for liking this video too. You could be seeing 333 as well. Let me know. But Mars just spent too much time in Cancer this year. And so you might have felt really like slow to 2025. Really like, oh my goodness, what am I doing? I'm feeling lost in this world. And the stars like really were not, pivotal to make a lot of big moves at the beginning of 2025, and quite frankly, this is going to be shifting more so during Taurus season here. So I'm excited to get into this information with you. But I was just telling this friend here, and I just said, Venus retrograde, I did videos on my channel here, a 2-hour live with reading and psychic messages, so go back and watch that as much as you need during Venus retrograde, as well as like a video underneath the video tab here too. But I just kind of said, when we have retrogrades happen in a planet, we tend to feel like it's going backwards or whatever, but really what's happening is the planets are going backwards, and it's kind of like receipt collecting specifically. And so it's kind of like the universe legit is like receipt collecting here. And with Venus specifically, it's all about pleasure, it's love, it's money, and it's also self-esteem and self-worth. And that specifically came up in y'all's reads energetically for all 12 zodiac signs in the collective here on my channel with what cards came up, because because literally every single read had one of these 6 cards. And so there was one where it was like growth, and there was one where it was inner child, and there's one that was redemption here, which breaks down to a 9. And so it's like these people out there in the collective who have been working on their healing, who have been focusing on their personal growth here, are literally going to receive redemption. And to really do this, not only during retrogrades, but like years past, like spirit has your back here, okay? As long as you were looking out for the collective, as long as you were making good decisions with your money, as long as you were doing things like out of love, because Venus is also the planet of love and beauty and everything like that, like you're golden, you're solid, you're good. Obviously, you got to look at your chart, you got to look at the planet's chart and what's going on and everything like that. But on a spiritual level, those were the messages that I was channeling through these reads here specifically. And I also sent my friend this text. I'm just going to read a part that I wrote. How people need to really go within during Venus retrograde and even any retrograde, Mercury retrograde. But I said, the inability to sit with oneself is the ability to be in constant survival mode, which most of us know it is not conducive to life here. For those who have run away from themselves and aspects of it, are receiving it now, and the stars keep all the receipts here. So they're checking everything, okay? So this is something where I was just telling this friend here and just really saying like, this is going to force people to sit down, get real with themselves, figure out, where do I want to grow? What wounding patterns do I need to heal? And how am I going to be redeemed in the future? Because there is a lot of redemption ahead for those doing the work here and for those not getting played by the energies of astrology here. And I don't say that to scare. I say that to share. You literally, like, there's a quote out there, millionaires believe in astrologies, billionaires use astrologies. Which one do you want to be? Like, literally. So there's just a lot of things. And then the other cards that came up in the reads, which were these 3 in like different reads here. There was rising up, working on your shadows, and manifesting better things in the future, right? There was this divine gateway, which I feel like a lot of people are going to be shedding shadows, be cracked open out of anything mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, sexually, like whateverly, right? Psychologically, and really move into this divine gateway of opening up to like, spirit, source, God, universe, whatever you believe in, but this awakening kind of energy with symptoms. And then it's also talking about life review. And retrogrades, I love that this card came up because it's literally a time to really think about our life review, think about our goals and where we're at in points in life. And this card specifically more so talks about the life review in regards of like, when you die and whatever, wherever you go, you see your life flash before your eyes here, okay? So I just want to read these messages to all of you because I feel like they're super important from the book. I don't normally read when I channel unless I get a new deck or something like that, but I do feel like these cards are important for someone to hear out there, maybe multiple people with them, because they did come up in the reads. So watch your reads, but rising up came up, okay? The contrast between light and dark in this image is the card that symbolizes human dichotomy of good and evil. The splash of red indicates energy, passion, ambition, and determination. This powerful character is fully integrated human who embraces balances in both beauty and pain of human experiences. Through the lived experience, she has become strong and resilient. Her hand reaches towards you saying, I can help you rise from your pain. This is what you must do. You must learn to recognize and explore uncomfortable emotions. You can stuff them down for a while and you can control them for a short spell, but like a dam bursting, they will eventually come out and explode into behaviors such as unchecked anger, eating disorders, addictions, and numbing activities. Learn to sit quietly with your intense and often painful feelings, sadness, guilt, shame, grief, or hopelessness, and rise into your consciousness for a reason. Explore them and be curious about them, as it is all a part of the wonderful human experiences. This takes practice, but be assured that you will be safe as you journey through these findings. For these messages are here for you. As you work with your shadow side, your darkness, you will find the light that starts to filter in. It takes work and commitment, but this is a powerful process that can be life-changing. Instead of numbing your feelings with damaging behaviors and instead of ignoring strong emotions, you must face them head on. When you learn to feel them fully, they will release their control over you. The action is write down main things that are troubling you, and as you give yourself permission to feel deeply without censor, when you finish, safely burn the paper to release your feelings. So doing a Reiki burning bowl ritual could be really good for a lot of you. But honestly, when, being as a trained therapist over here, this is something where I know that anytime, and I've said this and I've been like beating a dead horse with this one on my channel, like the more you don't actually speak up in moments that you're upset, angry, frustrated, sad, mad, or whatever, or you try to hide your emotions, you try to suppress them, you try to repress them, that's literally shaming yourself for being a human and having these experiences. It's 111 as I'm saying that. So again, call in brand new beginnings of not shaming yourself, not saying sorry when I'm crying. Put it out there and just own it and be vulnerable with this, okay? Rise into this power. So rising up here. I love that this came in. Then the second card here. Hello, everybody in the chat. Definitely like this video. And if you are new, definitely come back and watch the replay because we're going over astrology and some cards that popped out for the collective over all 12 signs this week. I did about an hour, 40 minutes to an hour for each sign here, okay? So this says, ancient myths and legends talk of places of power that hold with them portals to other dimensions, dimensions that are beyond our wildest dreams. However, with the right preparation and mindset, we can visit these dimensions and return with sacred knowledge. Many of these divine gateways to be the Lemurian in origin. The Lemurians are highly advanced beings who use telepathy and teleportation, are said to have inhabited the earth many millions of years ago. They built great healing temples full of light and crystals and could heal other people through thought and sound. The Lemurians revered plants and natural world and design beautiful gardens and orchards. The Divine Gateway card holds the energy of the Garden of Eden, a sacred odyssey or quest that's indicated earthly paradise. A sacred odyssey or quest is indicated. This is a time of journeying inward to gain spiritual insights. You are in a state of transition as you raise your vibration into the lighter and finer energies. Escape the mundane world and move through the sacred gateway with ease and with grace. The portal is starting to open. Do you dare to walk through? The action here says, source of Lemurian seed point crystals. These special crystals were left behind by the Lemurians to access their incredible knowledge and traditions. Hold the crystal and focus for a while on a doorway on this card, or you can do any doorway. And imagine a beautiful decorative gateway opening up to the cosmos. You step inside, a mystical journey awaits you. Be sure to record your experiences, okay? So this is all about like moving through stuff, literally being able to go inward, heal yourself. You might be inclined to go to different ley lines across the world where they have those portals, everything like that. Maybe you've been to one, maybe there is one that you can just naturally envision here as well. But I love that these cards are literally popping out because this one literally talks about the shadow, the darker parts of ourselves, and we are in Pisces season. And not only that, like we are also in these retrogrades that are coming in and we're present in them. And then we have the divine gateway specifically really calling us to like move up and inward into our higher self, like our source consciousness here. And I think it's just so beautiful because literally knowing that there were past, they call them alien races, throughout different galaxies, whatever. And the Lemurians were one of them. And the fact that they could just heal people with their thoughts or their sounds, like it's also this energy of like, do you know how powerful you are to be able to do that for yourself? And if you have grown up very, very, very religious like I have, literally a lot of those institutions are teaching you to be indoctrinated, to seek outside of yourself for this power when you have this power within you. So make sure that you also go inward and really talk about this or think about this for yourself. Then we have the life review that's popping out a lot. And I love this card here. It says the life review is a card about taking stock of your life where the past, present, and future combine to show you how far you've come and how far you would like to go. The woman walking walking up the stairs to the forest sanctuary, knows exactly who she is. She is grounded and wise and is embracing her path, regardless of gender here, y'all. There is a strong triple goddess energy on this image, the representation of the maiden, the mother, and the crone, which informs the stages you go through on your life journey. The young, optimistic child, the mature, grounded adult, and finally, the wise elder. Many metaphysical texts state that when you leave the earthly body, you are given a life review and shown exactly how you made others feel throughout your journey on earth, with a particular focus on how kindly you treated others. Earthly achievements, such as awards, prestige, and money, are not valued. Rather, it's about how much you helped your fellow travelers. However, the help you offer needs to be freely given and should not exhaust you or make you feel resentful. You must learn to tell the difference. Choose experiences that bring you joy. When planning the future, keep your focus on being kind to yourself and others. The action here is: this is the perfect time to write down all the times you felt good about helping others. Acknowledge how far you've come and how the events in your life have pieced together to make a wonderful story. Do something kind for someone today. You will release that all that you've learned so much can happily apply to creating a positive future. So this is a card that I really, 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 really love, because we're in this pivotal change, here. And this is something where it's making sure that you are treating people with kindness and helping in any way that you can, but not a way that feels edgy to you, irritated to you, resentful to you, frustrating to you, and that's one of the things that I'll just tell you a story about myself. Last year at this time, when I was doing a business trip with a friend here, I had said to them, I'm taking therapy off my website. I don't feel aligned to it anymore. I don't want to do any more therapy clients. And I knew that that was not the way I was supposed to help people in the future. And me, I am a very disciplined, action-oriented person, that I know that if I tried to help people, just in therapy, I would not be happy in the future. And then I would have this resentment build up specifically. So make sure that you're choosing the experiences that bring you joy when you're freely helping other people around here. So this is the Mystical Journey Oracle. I really like it a lot. Those are the cards that came up significantly during this. And this is things that you can kind of think about when retrograding back. Thank you all for your support in the 4 likes. I appreciate you. Hi, Yvonne. Thank you for being here. But I wanted to re-pull these out and read from the book, just so all of you could just have some guidance about these messages, because they showed up across energies, across signs, everything like that. And I felt like it was very important to share those ones, because there's no such thing as coincidences. All of those have a very shadow work, Piscean energy theme to them. And one of the biggest things, the crone energy is happening during winter, and a lot of people try to escape winter and go to warmer places. And what people don't realize is there's such a beauty in that crone wisdom and knowledge and that hermiting, that it can literally change your life by being in that, by integrating these lessons here. And one of my decks, my Cosmic Downloads decks, that I had handwritten, that life review card, I literally put on there, money doesn't matter, the stuff doesn't matter, vacations don't matter. All that matters is when you leave this world is how you treated people. And that's the same type of energy with this life review here specifically. I think I might have did a short on that one. I don't remember. So I invite you to listen to that if that's helpful for you. But let's kind of talk about the astrology of all of this here, okay? Because there's just so many things going on here. We've been in a Venus retrograde since the beginning of the month. It goes through April 12th specifically. Like I said, I did 2 other videos on that. I'm not going to go back over those. I definitely invite you to watch them. They're completely free to you on YouTube here, as well as psychic channeling in the messages and card pulls. And it's 2 hours under my lives, and then there's one under my videos tab. So again, but we had Mercury just change signs in Aries on the 3rd this week. And Mercury is the planet of of intellect, logic, thinking, quick wits, everything like that. Aries in that is very impulsive, in your face, angry, and they also want to have like fresh ideas, take the leadership role, move forward on something, but also like cut through any mental clutter here. So just be very mindful of how you're communicating with people, how other people are communicating with you. It's a little chaotic, honestly. Like, I don't necessarily like it. It can be very sassy and mean and rude, just like vibes specifically here. But what I want us to move into overall is we have the full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, and that happens on March 13th, 14th, depending on where you're at in the world here specifically. And this is like a big like aha moment of a calling here, which makes it become so life-changing and pivotal here specifically. And this is really bridging the gap between like the mystical and the mundane with every single day light here. So let me light life here, whatever. Let me tell you a little bit about that one. So this lunar eclipse is happening in Virgo, and lunar eclipses are basically just like supercharged full moons, or they're also on the nodes of the moon here, which makes it feel more extreme and like it's the beginning of the end here. And this plays out like 6 months after, where it could really build on taking this action and inspiration moving forward here overall. One of the things that I also wanted to mention, like as a Cancer sun and a Cancer stellium, like anybody who is ruled by the moon literally feels the eclipses, literally always feels the full moons, the new moons, and just any changes here, because it's very swift, like every couple days here and everything like that. So that's something to pay attention to overall. But when it comes to the aspects of this, like it obviously opposes the sun in Pisces. That's what happens with eclipses here. It conjuncts Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, meaning you might feel really diligent about like your endeavors here, like committed, dedicated. It's kind of like this very creative, mystical, like spiritual vibe. It does square Jupiter and Gemini, which I know a lot of astrologers out there, people that use astrology as a tool, say that that's still good. I still feel like it's slow energies because Gemini is like not exalted. It's at its detriment in Jupiter. So it's kind of like this energy of this can be helpful and it can just feel somewhat slow, but it is going to be like more so helpful decisions that help you grow overall into like more abundance, more spiritual expansion overall, different philosophy patterns and belief systems here. It is conjunct Venus retrograde at this time, which is all about love, money, self-esteem, pleasure, where our heart really lies. And it does square Mars in Cancer, but it's not like a harsh aspect to it, and it does trines it as well. So that's like more exciting, more vivacious, more harmonious energy here. Specifically, this is also with numerology, the 23 degree. So this is where the energy is just very, very, very highly activated. This is a lot of adaptability and creativity and focus on relationships. This can show a lot of change and charisma. So it does really work with the energies of being very innovative and exploratory here too. You might also feel a little bit restless on this day, I'm not gonna lie here. And the themes of this is just really practicality overall, and also emotional grounding, and like being in this very spiritual flow. When it comes to these specifically, with it touching down to like the nodes and everything like that, the south node is in Virgo. And so I've been saying this in my lives this week, so I'm just like, I'll just make an effing video around, March and astrology updates for all of you. But the south node in Virgo is literally like critical. The shadow side is very critical, perfectionistic, gets caught up on the little details of things. The light side of Virgo is that friend that will always go the extra mile, knows exactly what you want, remembers all the things, very like in it, right? It is associated with the 10 of Pentacles tarot card, which is like legacy wealth here. But with Pisces being the north node, like, astrology is asking us to be able to kind of let go of that thing that maybe, okay, like I can do this for money, but the 10 of Cups, the happiness, the spiritual alignment is really where I need to like make myself happy here specifically. And so it's more so about like going where we're excited, where we want to take risks spiritually, where we feel aligned here. And it's also reconsidering what we value with the North Node in Pisces, and to go after what we want with this spiritual insight and higher purpose here. So I'm going to just just give you a brief horoscope update on the rising sign. You can listen to your sun and your moon too if you would like to, but your rising is going to be most accurate here. So for Virgo rising, this is going to be in the first house of self, personal growth, and well-being here. So you might be letting go of something specifically overall in that area. Leo rising, this is going in your second house with financial priorities and demanding like a really good practical review on this. So there could be certain things where you are spending your money on that you just kind of cut off or let go or release. Cancer rising, this is going into your third house, which is details about communication that need attention here. So this is something to really pay attention to, follow up on stuff, and maybe also let go of some sort of like platform or way you communicate or releasing some kind of social media, because that is it as well, or maybe something in the community. Gemini risings, this is going through your fourth house of home, organization, or family decisions can arise here. You may be letting go of something in the house or even a family or a loved one, maybe even a mother here specifically too. Taurus rising, this is going through your fifth house of balancing like romance, creativity, responsibilities, everything like that. So you're more than likely going to give up something in one of those areas here overall and just kind of release what doesn't feel fun. This is like a fun house here overall too. Aries rising, this is going through your sixth house of health and daily routines. Those are really going to be like let go, some of them, and like restructured and potentially like trying to get rid of some things that just don't work with your routines anymore. Okay. Pisces rising, this is going to go through your seventh house of relationships. And this is going to like, you could be letting go of like a business partnership, a marriage or a loved one or whatever, or just like some type of relationship that's just not working out in the greatest way here. Aquarius risings, this is going through your eighth house of deep emotional or financial matters. Like they're really being illuminated at this time. Capricorn risings, I am one of you, so represent boo. Drop me some Capricorn emojis in the chat if you are a Capricorn, or in the comments after. But this is going through our ninth house of like academic travel opportunities could really be coming to light here. This is also spiritual beliefs, universities. So you may be like dropping a class at a school or something like that, or there could have been cutting away of some sort of travel opportunity that was here. Sagittarius risings, this is going through your 10th house of career. So this is a lot of progress that requires some discipline here overall, but you might be cutting out different types of tasks here. You might be quitting a job, or if you have multiple, you might be letting go of some work responsibilities. Scorpio risings, this is going through your 11th house here, and this is focusing on group efforts and shared goals. You may be letting go of like a group project, a relationship, a friendship, whatever it might be here. Libra risings, this is going through your 12th house of mental health, past habits, the psyche, everything like that. So you're probably more than likely giving up some sort of like way of thinking, releasing that, trying to level up and be in like this glow up era. So that's what I got for the March, the first eclipse that we're going through on the 13th, 14th, depending on where you are at. Hello, 9 in the chat. Definitely hit the subscribe button and the like button, but let me know how you resonate. Did you watch your sun, your moon, your rising, all of them? Do they relate to you? Let's talk about Mercury retrograde starting at the same time though. So Mercury, again, planet of communication, intellect, and the messenger, is going to be going retrograde in feisty Aries. Again, like it's not in a fun sign, I guess you could say. You might see blowups happen, anger issues, impulses, like people struggling with impulse control, seriously, like at this time. There could also be, this is a time to go inward and rethink relationships in regards of like sex, intimacy, pleasure when it comes to the mind, sexual beliefs, limiting beliefs, or even transforming these through powerful messages in the future. It's also a time to rethink anything that you are really committed to overall. Mercury is also the planet of just intellect, and so you might like really be reflecting on like what it is that you are communicating, thinking about, letting go of here too. So it is also important to pay attention to technology kind of being slow during this time. This does start next week. I think it's on Friday. I think that's the 14th here. Honestly, y'all, like with Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde, like get your taxes done now. Get them done before the 14th here astrologically. That's what I'm just saying. Like I know I started getting my stuff into my accountant like prior to Venus retrograde, and it's still been like a slog, like slow and stuff. So just get them in, just do it, especially if you're a business owner out there. Get ahead of that like right now. I'm not even playing with you, because technology could not work, internet could be slow, text may not go through, a DM might not happen. Don't add more to your calendar. I legit almost got caught in that trap when I was like, I need to take a week off for my mental health here and just kind of breathe and whatever and rest rest a little bit. So just don't add anything on your calendar that feels like too much. Again, take it all this with a grain of salt. Like consult your own birth chart here too, especially if you know how retrogrades affect you here. But it can also be a good time to just be mindful of like any major contracts, reconsidering any big decisions here too, and really making sure that you kind of just slow down. You go inward overall. When Mercury does go retrograde, just watch out for like miscommunication with friends, family members, loved ones, fuck buddies, friends with benefits, hookups, whatever. People maybe even being late to meet you up, delays in traffics or delays in travel, romantic getaways here. We talked about technology glitching, but maybe even having to say things like 3 or 4 times for people to actually understand your point of view. You might be like having a conversation with someone and you're like, I'm talking about this and you're talking about this, but we're talking about like 2 different conversations. So it can also have some feelings of frustration and being easily annoyed. So like, whoo-sa, like take a deep breath and move forward, right? So just slow down. When it comes to Mercury in Aries, emotions and relationships, you're going to see people be more unfiltered, bold, and fiery. It's like the audacity kind of energy, but seriously, like dialed up. This sign is not afraid to speak its mind here, so it can make it even more tougher during Mercury retrogrades in the sign of Aries. So communication can really come off as direct, impulsive, angry, honest, like in your face here. And this can also show up in any types of relationships too. It can even be like friendships here specifically overall. There could naturally be some debates and competitiveness with Mercury retrograde being like in the sign of Aries. And this is like some people could just fly off the handles and be like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just going to say what I want to effing say here. And then maybe you're having to go back to apologize for it later if someone hurts someone's feelings here, okay? When it comes to this too, this retrograde specifically highlights a lot of endings and wisdom and closing up of some major cycles with it being at the 9th degree here. So again, I've been beating this on a dead horse here. The number 9 this year is going to be all about completion, all about a culmination of cycles, highlighting higher wisdom here and compassion and integration of experiences. Thank you all for the 5 likes. I love you. So this is a time to really care for yourself by going within. It's like that kind of quote where it's like, in order to like help others, you kind of have to like heal thyself too. So make sure you work on yourself too. There's a lot of spiritual growth ahead. And then it does move over into Pisces specifically, which is March 29th through April 7th, which Mercury's at its detriment here, y'all. So I just have to laugh because it's not the most fun sign or placement. This is something where I've literally had conversations with people in the past. And I'm like, I need to say this like 3 or 4 times. I'm so sorry. I'm trying so hard. And I'm like, Mercury is in Pisces. So you're just going to see miscommunications, mishaps happens here. So your way with words, like during this time though, too, could be very dreamy, intuitive, metaphorical. People may not actually like click or get what you're saying because Mercury in Pisces is like very poetic and spiritual. And some people may just be like, huh? So just pay attention to that. You might also create a lot of like really good, potentially emotional connections or sensual connections too. Be careful of just your sensitivity though. And I say that as a Cancer sun and a Pisces moon here and Scorpio and other places in my chart. Oh, water. But it can leave you feeling potentially overwhelmed here. So with Mercury and Pisces, be careful of people maybe coming towards you, giving nature, being overly compassionate, overly empathetic. You might just feel drained maybe in conversations. So stick to some boundaries with that. And don't shy away from like speaking your desires with people, like what it is you want at this time. But it's okay to also be mindful of over communicating or overthinking or just talking too much in like graphic terms rather than tangible, like short, sweet, shameless with people that will maybe not get you as much. So just be mindful of that. With it going back into Pisces, this is all about responsibility and harmony and nurturing. And so you might really feel like this at this point, it really highlights this, leadership to service the self and others specifically, but it's also more dreamy. It's almost like spiritual soul aligned connections who you could be even meeting during that time over overall when it comes to this. And so with Mercury and Pisces, it kind of feels like a lot of people more than likely will want to be able to do, go to like spiritual things in their community, like sound baths, crystal healing, qigong, yoga, a full moon ceremony, a new moon ceremony, just all these different types of things here to really be connected, because we're going to be in that Piscean, very mystical, dreamy energy here. Okay, let's talk about the rising sign horoscope specifically when it comes to Mercury retrograde, when it's in Aries, and then when it's in Pisces here overall. So when it's in Aries, it's going to be going through Aries rising, your first house of you, the body, the image, everything like that, and then your 12th house of mental health and the psyche, subconscious here. So you're going to be really wanting to go within and inward. This is like the focus of zoning in on you a little bit more. So kind of balancing like some things with that. Pisces rising, this is going through your second house of money, finances, pleasure, beauty, love, sensuality, self-esteem. And then it goes into your first house of you and the ego and the identity here overall. So you're going to want to go inward on some of those topics here. Aquarius risings, this is going to go through your third house of short distance travel, siblings, communication, online social communities, worlds, writing projects, and then it's going to go into your second house of money, love, sensuality, beauty, art, pleasure here, and then you're going to want to be able to rethink some of these things, the relationship with, money, your relationship with your online community platforms, everything like that in particular as well, and then Capricorn risings, I'm one of you, represent Fu. Who's going to give me the most support out of all 12 signs here? Like, no lie, like comment emojis in the comments below after this video, y'all. And let's see like who wins, because your girl, like the more support she gets on her channel, the more she, rewards those people. So anyway, but Capricorn risings, I'm one of you. This is going to go first off in our fourth house of home, family, the mother, everything like that. Then our third house of online technology, social media, writing, community, neighborhood here. So you may be going inward a little bit, like kind of doing some things with your home, or just even thinking about like how you communicate on the online world, or even with your social neighborhoods too. Sagittarius rising, or really family like mother, siblings, things of that sort here overall. Okay. Sagittarius rising, this is going through your fifth house specifically. And then this is like hookups, friends with benefits, dating, F-buddies, whatever. And then it's going to go through, oh no, I hope I'm not glitching here, y'all. Will y'all let me know in the chat if we are good? I don't like it when it does that or when it happens here. It's probably because I have so many tabs open. So we'll just get off of all the tabs over here and just really focus on the ones I need. But anyway, let's go back to you, okay? So Sagittarius risings, we're just going to go with it here. This is going into your fifth house of hookups, friends with benefits, creativity, fun, romance, pleasure. And then it's also going to go into your fourth house. So you might be focusing in on like being at home, finding more pleasure here. Thank you, Chris, for letting me know that we're all good. I love that. I didn't know if it was like the image was kind of raspy or if it was just me. So yeah, my internet sucks, but I'm on data on my phone and on my computer in front of me as I'm reading this to y'all. I'm on my internet. So it's just stupid sometimes how shit happens. Anywho, boo. Sagittarius, back to you. So again, we're in the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde as well, y'all. So internet, technology. Anywho, Sagittarius risings, this is where you might be with your fifth and your fourth house, really thinking a little bit more about, having more fun, maybe staying at home, maybe doing like short distance like dates and stuff, or at home dates and whatever here too. Scorpio rising, this is going to go through your sixth house, and then it's going to go through your fifth house. So sixth house, health, coworkers, colleagues, routines, pets, day-to-day stuff, and then fifth house of pleasure, romance, fun, creativity. So it might be really good for you. You might be going inward to just kind of structure a routine a little bit around more fun, as well as health and wellness goals might be something. This could also be around the mind, because sixth house is also ruled by Mercury here, and moving forward with that. Libra rising, this is going through your seventh house when it is starting in Aries, and then it's going to go into your sixth house when it's in Pisces here specifically, okay? So seventh house is like friendship, well, not friendships, but like business partnerships, relationships. It could be a friendship house, I guess, or even people that like you are married to here, spouse as well. And then it also goes into your sixth house of physical health, wellness, daily routines, pets, coworkers, services given, everything like that. So you might be thinking about a service to give, and you might like review some sort of contracts with business here. You might review some sort of spousal agreement or something with the law or legal or whatever. You could also be reviewing your partnerships here, especially if you have them in business or life or whatever. So that's something to really think about with this too. Virgo rising, this is going into your eighth house of occult wisdom, knowledge, taxes, death, other people's money. So you may be hearing about something with that specifically, or there could have been some sort of delay from the past that's now coming back around in that area. This is also tarot, occult wisdom. So you might be reading some stuff here, going back to some things that you wanted to pick up previously. Then it goes into your seventh house of relationships, committed business partnerships, spousal agreement support, law, everything like that. So there could be something like this could even just be like a tax rebate comes through during Mercury retrograde, or there's some sort of communication even about some things here potentially with money. Leo risings, this is going to go through your ninth house of spirituality, higher education, wisdom, philosophy, beliefs, teaching, and then it's going to go into your eighth house of taxes, occult wisdom, knowledge, death, and other people's money. So this is kind of like you might be thinking a little bit about a previous trip here that may be long distance, out of country, or even thinking about like your philosophical beliefs in different areas of your life, or even around like your spirituality specifically. Since ninth house is like spirituality and eighth house has a lot of occult wisdom, there could be something that's being communicated during that time. Cancer risings, this is going through your 10th house of career, public image, persona, and that's going into your ninth house of spirituality, higher education, teaching, everything like that. So you might be taking a course, teaching a course, doing something specifically in regards of like your career path. You might be rethinking some of these areas here too, and what it is you want to do. Gemini rising, this is going through your 11th house of support, friendships, wishes, and dreams, and then your 10th house of career here. So you're really probably going to be reconsidering like who your relationships are, who your friendships are. I would not be surprised if Gemini, since you are ruled by Mercury and it's hitting your 11th house here, if you just get flooded with tons of messages from like friends or family members or people from the past here, or even like getting you to go back to some sort of career here overall, specifically with this then going into your 10th house. You might also be reconsidering some sort of career path, or maybe even negotiating some type of contract here. Taurus rising, this is in your 12th house of the psyche, mental health, hospitals, everything like that. And then it goes into your 11th house of wishes, friendships, relationships here. So with the 12th house, you might be working on mental health here, really thinking about your mindset, what you're saying to yourself, your negative beliefs, your ruminations, your thought patterns, Mercury being the mind. And then with the 11th house, really trying to like up the ante with a lot of manifestation when it goes into Pisces and the spiritual these wishes, and maybe even friendships through community networks here too. So again, that is Mercury retrograde here. So definitely let me know how you're feeling about those energies here overall. I know we have a lot going on in the month of March here, y'all. Like it's not a drill. Your girl's cheeks are getting red over here. So she's gonna take a sip. Cheers. Water break. We're cleansing over here. We got this Brew Dr. Kombucha Cherry Lime. Have y'all ever tried this? Do y'all drink kombucha? Let me know. It's a really good one. I like it. Cherry limeade, Brew Doctor. Okay, let's talk about the solar eclipse that happens at the end of the month here. Well, the eclipse that happens at the end of the month. So we went over the one on the 14th. Let's go over the one on the 29th here. This is going to be in Aries here. So this is going to be a supercharged new moon specifically, where it's all about taking lead and blazing your own trail. This is like moving forward. You may have like some sort of competitive edge, or really focus on like your goals and what truly matters to you. So this is a time to like figure out what new beginnings you really want to say yes to. We still will have some retrograde energy lurking on in the background here overall, and that's just something to be mindful of. But you might feel like you get a little bit more of energy here specifically. Okay, so this is like primed for major breakthroughs. Okay, let's talk about this. Overall, this this big eclipse is literally like the time that a lot of people will really manifest. And with this is again like the ending and going into this beginning here of this culmination of cycle. There's a lot of compassion and integration of like your experiences, your wisdom, and like moving forward with this leadership ahead here. It's also about giving back. So where can you give back, be it locally in a community, to a person, to places, to people, just to things here. How can you give back to yourself overall? In regards of this too, let's just go over the horoscopes by rising sign, because that just feels like that'll be most helpful for all of you to just think through, come back to when it comes to this specifically. But this is happening in Aries here. So if you've ever seen the, tropical astrology whole sign houses wheel here, it can make it so much easier reading birth charts compared to other ones out there. So it's literally going to be like in the houses, or excuse me, it's literally going to be like Aries in the first house and then Taurus backwards here. So it's going to be kind of opposite, but let's discuss this. So Aries rising, this is going to be in your first house of self. So body image, identity. This is like a time for you really, really, really to set bold personal goals, like take the lead. This is like a very empowerment kind of energy on this later eclipse happening on March 29th here. Pisces rising, this is going to go through your second house. So ching, ching, ching goes the money tree, and love, maybe. So definitely there's going to be a confidence that just like surges and like blooms within you. I really like it. Definitely invest in what aligns with your values here. Okay. So really think about, where do I want my money to go? Where strategically does this feel right here? How am I investing in myself? Because it's also the house of like self-worth, esteem, everything like that, as well as potentially like love or partnerships too, if you are like, dating here with this Venusian energy of this house. Aquarius risings, this is going to go through your third house of communication and learning are definitely energized. So you might be starting a new course, you might be teaching a course, doing something new. This is also like social media platforms engagement here. So you might be on those more and have some sort of strategy, sharing like your ideas with the world, putting them out there. You may also specifically be like talking to local neighborhoods or people within your community about this as well, which I love for you. Capricorn risings, this is I'm us. I'm one of you. So our focus is really going to be on like home, family, or emotional foundation. So this is going to be a new moon eclipse here, where we're really going to be bringing some changes in that really focuses on lasting stability and like a home space, place, whatever. You could potentially be moving in the next 6 months after this eclipse here overall, whatever. Or this is also just like something new that you could be bringing into your home here specifically, or working in on like family relationships here too. Sagittarius rising. So this is going through your fifth house of creativity and romance. So they shine brightly. This is really fun energy. I'm not gonna lie, I really love this for you, and I think you're gonna like it too, because this is gonna be you being able to dive into projects that just bring you so much joy, so much pleasure, so much happiness here. If you are single, don't be surprised if this is like hookups, dating, whatever. Like the fifth house is a fun hookup house to play around in. Okay. Scorpio risings, this is gonna go through your sixth house, which is really gonna be a powerful time for health improvement. So if you've been feeling like this year has been slow AF, I just can't get into this routine, this fitness routine here, I don't know what I like, I don't know what I love, this is like a great time to be able to do that, as well as being proactive at work here with coworkers or colleagues. And you could also be receiving some sort of like work achievement here as well, or really somebody saying like, wow, you are so good at this, and like receiving an accolade or receiving praise from maybe even coworkers, colleagues. Maybe you're even going to get a pet too, because this is the house of pets. If you do, let me know. I want to know, especially if you get like a puppy or something. Okay. Libra risings, this is going to go through the seventh house of you, literally. So partnerships will flourish here with optimism and fresh opportunities, which I love. So this is like business partnerships. Some of you could be getting married the next 6 months to follow this eclipse here, if you're looking for that. Others of you, this is like connecting with like-minded people that you really share similar visions with. Like I love this energy for you, and you're just going to naturally thrive here since it is the house of you, Libra. So I love it. Virgo risings, this is going through your eighth house of transformation and shared resources, sex, intimacy, taxes, occult wisdom, knowledge. death. So at this time, you could really be going through a major like death to rebirth to transformation in any of those areas that could just even kind of shock you here. Because eclipses like do have this kind of shocking momentum and energy underneath them. Like full moons, people tend to be very emotional and they may not realize it. New moons, people tend to be way more energized and just happy lunarly. And with these eclipses, it's like a double, triple whammy here specifically. So in regards of you, Virgos, you are definitely going to be asked to embrace change because of all of this different transformation in this house that's going on. So someone could be passing 6 months to follow, change in maybe sexuality. There could be some mysteries about sexuality or trust or relationships or karmic connections here could come out. Someone could spill the beans about something. There could be a new beginning in that here too. There could be a new resource of how you make money here as well. So I really love this for you. Leo risings, this is going to go through your 9th house. This is growth through long distance travel. You may be traveling out of the country the next 6 months to follow, or whatever country you are in. You could be teaching a course or education or learning here. This is like a lot of like cultural experiences, a lot of fun, a lot of like, let's go and like have a blast here. Like, yeah, let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I like that kind of energy. So this is like the you, Leo, being in this like abundance house of expansiveness and exploratory. So I feel like you're really going to think about like, what experiences do I want to have in my life to really expand my worldview, but also like my lifestyle. Like, what are the things I've always wanted to do? And you're really going to give yourself permission to play here, which I enjoy. Cancer risings, this is going to go through your 10th house, which is definitely exciting career opportunities. Like this is going to shift a lot for you that could appear. This is like new energy here. So people potentially approaching you for different job opportunities, contracts, connections. This is also maybe you getting a promotion in the 6 months to fall. This is you potentially getting into some leadership roles. This is you stepping into a really like power play position here with a lot of confidence overall. Gemini risings, this is going through your 11th house of social connections and long-term aspirations are really emphasized here. So your wishes and how you also seek community and moving forward with that. So this is really finding a lot of people that have like a lot of common values here. It's really fun energy for you, Gemini. You're going to like it. This is the time for you to very much so get on the networking game, have fun, meet your friends in any way that you want to here, because it could open up a lot of new doors of opportunities for you. Taurus risings, this is going through your 12th house of mental health, psyche, subconscious, dreams, spirituality. So for you in the next 6 months, it's really going to be a time for you to hone in on working on your mental health here, but also allowing yourself to go within and really seek the answers from within and be in this nice hermit mode, not isolate, but have like this really good healthy solitude here where you are going to feel like revitalized and new and refreshed with like this level up like mindset and mental health energy and spiritual wellness here. So for you, you're really going to be letting go of a lot of past baggage and you're going to be making space for fresh new beginnings, which I love for you. Okay. So those are the horoscopes for the new moon eclipse that happens at the end of March here on the 29th overall. This is something that is going to feel more revitalized energy, like a surge of it as well, especially with it being in the sign of Aries and Aries season coming in. So y'all will have to let me know how you're feeling about these energies in the comments below. And if you checked your sun, your moon, your rising, if you related to one of them more than the other, I'm always very curious and just how you plan to really use these energies. What do you plan on doing here, babies? For the rest of this month, like even before that, so right now we're on the 7th here. We have that next week full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo. Then we have Mercury retrograde starting. The sun moves into Aries, so we're gonna have tons and tons and tons of more energy here. Thank you all for the 6 likes. I love you. So happy birthday, Aries seasons, babies out there. Honestly, I'm like half ready for your season and I'm half like not ready for your season because I'm having fun, like just kind of like hermiting a little bit in like my home, everything like that during Pisces season and really going within spiritually. But I'm also like, I need Aries season because I need more energy. So anyway, happy birthday. Let me know what you're doing down below for your birthday, boo, or when your birthday is. Would love to celebrate with you. But this is a time to focus on what's bringing you aliveness. It's the spring equinox. So focus on your excitement to lead. Venus retrograde is going to enter Pisces on March 27th. The new moon in solar eclipse is going to be on March 29th in Aries. Aries. Those were just the most recent horoscopes we went through. And then we have Mercury entering Pisces on the same day on the 29th. And then we have Neptune entering Aries here, which hasn't been there since 1875, y'all. That was a long time ago. This is also going to be, it's just a whole nother video in itself, quite frankly. Like, you might see a lot of people trying to potentially like start wars, fight wars, whatever, or even there could be this like increased self-compassion, but then also like this idealization over personal willpower, as well as like maybe trusting people or things that might be too good to be true. And that's going to play out for every rising sign differently based on the houses that it's in, based on how it's aspected in your birth chart. This is general astrology updates here, but this is going to be a lot around confusion or uncertainty, since Neptune is the planet of spirituality, mysticism, confusion. And I was saying this in some lives this week specifically, that we're in Neptune season with Pisces here. And so right now with Venus retrograde ruling money, it's not necessarily the best time to be borrowing money to someone if you just want to, and like you may not get it back, because Neptune is this I want to believe them kind of energy. They're so dreamy, they're so out there, like, yes, I can trust them. And then they're like the type of people that you're like, oh, I believed you again, oh, I believed you again, oh, I believed you again. Like, it's the energy and vibe of like you give people too many benefits of the doubt here, and it's just not it. So shameless God, just be careful about that. So that's an energy that you could already be feeling potentially with Venus retrograde, and it might happen more when it does switch from Aries into Pisces, so just pay attention to that specifically. But with Neptune moving into Aries, you might see more of that you will see more of that trickster spirit energy, and some different types of things here overall with that. But that's a whole separate video. I don't know if I will actually make a video about that in the future here. But Shameless Squad, I hope that this video is helpful for all of you. I know that there's so much just this March 2025 with eclipse seasons or retrograde seasons, shift seasons, just so many things, and being at the end of like one astrological new year, and then we're going to be switching into another. So y'all might feel like you're juggling a lot of energies here collectively, or just for yourself here overall. But definitely check out all the reads from this last week. I went live for all of you 14 times this week, so I would definitely appreciate it if you supported me. Watch those videos. Let me know what resonates. Drop a comment on them or your signs and how you like them too. Hi, Robin. Thank you so much for being here. And share them with anybody, because quite frankly, Shameless Squad, I'm actually going to take some time off of YouTube within this next week here. Okay, I'm actually going to go in my own hermit mode. I'm going to shut off text messages from my phone. I'm going to tell family and friends like emergencies only. Like, I'm needing a break as well to go within, because I was supposed to go somewhere else personally, just on a little voyage trip, whatever, and it had to get canceled just for personal reasons, and that's completely fine. And I'm just kind of noticing for myself, I also need to be taking my own shameless feedback on this channel. So your girl's going to go into a little bit of solitude spiritually, just getting grounded, meditating before I open up readings for all of you in the future, because I do want to be very mindful of my energies here. So they're not open yet, but they will be, and I'm definitely excited to work with a lot of you that have just asked about those too, and more of you, hopefully. I would absolutely love that. And I've also been working on this really big AF manifestation that's taken me like the last 2 to 3 years of my life, that I have just been focusing in on this, and I am just manifesting lots and lots and lots of money will come from it. So definitely, I wish all of you the best with these March energies, specifically astrologically. I hope that if you feel like you need some time to just rest and take care of your mental health, that you do it. Like, again, Pisces season, like, it's okay to rest so you can show up as your best here specifically. So I know I will be doing that all next week. I will just be sharing more of me though under my videos tab with some videos that I have in store for you, specifically from the psychic channeled message and download that I got about how we find love in all the wrong places. So you see Jackie going through the psychic message of the channel download for all of you collectively, and then going through the research and the psychology of my lived and learned and heard experiences, because that's important for me to be able to share, because I've been very conditioned not to share as a therapist, and I'm slowly breaking that and wanting to stay shameless and be more vulnerable with you all here too. And so it's something that I feel like I'm going to be sharing more of myself and my stories under the video. So I really do hope that you all like them. I'm just going to even share certain things of, how I even like noticed I had psychic abilities, how things have changed in the last 5 years, why I hate the 5-year question, just so many different things. So I just really hope all of you like it here. Okay, Chris, thank you so much for the info. You are welcome. And Robin, thank you so much for your support here too. I appreciate you. But definitely, Shameless Squad, after the chat, drop me a comment below how you're feeling about all these energies, how you're feeling about March. I would greatly appreciate it. It does help the channel grow, and that's truly what keeps me going, is being able to be supported by all of you here. And I just want to say thank you all for your donations and your tips. This is my stream of income this year, so just thank you for all of that too. I appreciate and I love all of you. So again, send this to a friend, encourage them to check out anything on the channel or videos here, specifically if there's something that they might like or enjoy. Check all your signs in your chart here. This is why I wanted to make sure I got all 12 signs done this week and shared my psychic download and my messages and then the astrology after all these videos. So I'm going to be resting here a little bit, but just thank you again all for being here. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. 31% of y'all not subscribed, so that's cool. If we can get it down lower, I know you are coming back here. So as always, I love you and stay shameless, boo. Bye, everyone.